Top 10 WandaVision Explanations and Theories. As the MCU tries its hand at an episodic format, fans are both shocked and impressed at just how enjoyable WandaVision has been so far. In fact, some fans argue, and rightly so, that the MCU taking to television might just be its best idea yet. WandaVision is a triumph, and the television format is far more compelling than the formulaic 2-hour movies that the MCU had been cranking out. Welcome to Lifehack Lion, the channel that roars the secrets of life. Be sure to watch this video until the end because we don't want you to miss a thing. And if you don't know us yet, we at Lifehack Lion are specialized in creating lifehack ideas, tips and tricks, content that are fun and can absolutely make your life easier. We could summarize the first 2 or 3 episodes of WandaVision as a former lover described our antics. It's boring, but it has the merit of being original. It must be said that the goal of these first episodes is to introduce the story and maintain a mystery, to install an atmosphere, and that the series does it with a master hand, probably the most original work of the MCU, or Marvel Cinematic Universe, in its treatment, and it has become, according to a small study, the most popular series in the world. Before getting spoiled for the rest of this top, make sure you've seen the first 7 episodes, otherwise it would be a shame anyway, but do as you see fit. Let's see together the true role of the series and the most popular theories enticing about its conclusion. Number 1. Who is Wanda Maximoff? Already, for those who don't read the comics and who would ignore her, Wanda Maximoff, twin sister of Pietro Maximoff or Quicksilver, is also the daughter of the ruthless character of the XMen Magneto and actress Audrey Tautou. Known in real life, their mother is called Magda, but it's less interesting. Regardless, she usually evolved in the X-Men comics, at least initially, before getting a few series to her name. She obviously starts on the bad side by working with her daddy, who can blow your feelings by dropping a crate, and then becomes a good one. Because good is better than bad. You're going to say to me, I don't care, that's not a theory. Why the heck is this at the top? And I will answer you. Patience, my friends. I'm getting there. Number 2. What is the series for? If you have watched the various MCU films, you will not have escaped your notice that the famous Avengers Endgame was aptly named. Wanted to conclude on the first arc of our favorite superheroes with the death of some, the well-deserved retirement of others, and a daunting final fight. The problem is that movies still make a lot of money, and it would be stupid if it stopped there. Suddenly, the studios have plans to continue the story, introduce new heroes, and continue production of series and works by exploiting this goose that lays golden eggs. On this, WandaVision, which is a mini-series of 9 episodes, has the role of making the bridge between the before and after of the MCU, but also of changing the whole situation with the arrival, more than likely, of characters that you know all. Number 3. Marvel adaptation rights scattered. We know that Wanda is Magneto's daughter, but why don't we say it and we don't see it in the movies? For rights issues, quite simply. You see, a few years ago, Marvel was a business that wasn't necessarily going well anymore, and the idea of selling the rights to adapt limited-time characters came in. The X-Men are owned by 20th Century Fox. Spider-Man to Sony, Netflix had reclaimed the rights to Daredevil for a while, and obviously a big chunk of the rest of the Marvel catalog has been owned by Disney since the company was bought out, which is why so far we couldn't see the X-Men and the Avengers fight hand in hand, or hand in mouth, the studios that produced the films being in competition. Number 4. The door entry of the X-Men into the MCU. Since Disney bought Fox and therefore the entire X-Men catalog, 2 years ago anything is now possible, and WandaVision could well be the work that would launch this new step. Indeed, it will not have escaped you that the character of Quicksilver in the series is played by Evan Peters, the one who exists in the X-Men films, and not by Aaron Taylor Johnson, the one who normally puts on his costume in the Avengers saga. This change, fully assumed in the series, is however not trivial, since even if we were to learn that it is not the real Quicksilver, we will come back to it later in this top. It is this action precisely which links the two universes since their redemption, and which therefore promises the upcoming arrival of the X-Men in the MCU. We want Deadpool and Drax together, please. Number 5. The arrival of Doctor Strange. Now that we've introduced all this mess, it's time for the famous theories about the series, and there are some. Since the start of its broadcast, WandaVision has been the target of an incredible number of fan theories, some of which have already proved to be true. For example, the arrival of the different Quicksilver presence of Agatha Harkness, Paul Bettany, and Elizabeth Olsen have also taken pleasure in teasing certain things, such as the arrival of a character from the MCU important. For many fans, it would be Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, which would tie in with the second installment on the famous character to the Red Cape, in which Scarlet Witch is already announced. A detail then reinforces this theory in Episode 7, the appearance of a magic book, believed to be the Darkhold, in Agatha's cellar, which could be the missing book in a scene from the first Doctor Strange. Number 6. An actor teased by Bettany. There is a revelation from Paul Bettany that has turned all heads. Indeed, he said that a new actor will arrive in the series and the MCU, that he has an actor he admired with whom he had always dreamed of playing. Fans then went through the actor's statements, tweets, interviews, until they found a passage where he talks about his 3 idols: Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. If, for Brando, the maneuver is impossible since he is deceased, it could be Al Pacino, who had already been approached to arrive in the Marvel Universe. It is not impossible, and we would already know the costume of which character he would wear. Number 7. The devil is in the details. It is now time to talk about Mephisto, the devil personified from the Marvel Universe that we have already seen in the Ghost Rider films, of which he is generally the antagonist. This is a phrase from Agatha that takes on its full meaning during the climax of the episode, where we realize that it was her from the start. The devil is in the details. In the comics, Mephisto is technically the father of Wanda's children. Since she can't seem to have any with Vision, she creates her children using shards of Mephisto's soul. In fact, this maneuver in the comics will put an end to the Wanda-Vision couple. Either way, the arrival of the devil in the series could be the cause of the creation of the multi-universe of madness, and he could become the new supervillain of the next story arc. That could well be, if the theory goes, check Al Pacino, who would play it. Number 8. Who is that bunny? Did you think Agatha's cute bunny, Senora Scratch, was just a nice little animal? Well, you could be wrong. Like Ron's rat in Harry Potter, that cute furball could be a nice, well-stashed piece of crap. In the comics, Agatha owns a cat, classic for a witch, and not a rabbit. But it is mainly the name of the animal that leads to different theories. Some people think it could be Mephisto in disguise. Others think Mephisto is actually Pietro or Quicksilver, and the bunny is Nicholas Scratch, Agatha's son in the comics, which is more plausible. Nicholas Scratch is a wizard living in a New Salem who faces the Fantastic Four several times, and therefore a new supervillain to fight. Number 9. A slew of other theories. We could pass hours of talking about the other theories raised by internet users. It is thanks to its mysterious atmosphere and its withholding of information that the series brings so many interpretations. For some, we could see the character Synthen, another supervillain of the Marvel Universe. Others dwell on the mysterious powers of the character of Monica Rambeau. Still others, and it is one of the biggest mysteries of the series. Try to explain the things that go into the episodes. Some see it as reminiscence of Wanda's past, Hydra, Stark Industries. Others speak of the multiverse nexus, while several theories claim that these are messages that Doctor Strange is trying to send to Wanda to warn her that it's trapped somewhere, or they represent the Infinity Stones. Others also believe that a 10th secret episode will be scheduled based on the number of episodes credited on certain actors' charts. And last but not least, number 10, an epic and incredibly sad ending. The final answer to this miniseries will arrive soon, and we can finally judge whether the conclusion is in the height of the rest. But actress Teyonah Parris, who plays Monica Rambeau, said that the ending was epic and incredibly sad, which may suggest a lot of eventualities. For that, we will have to wait a little longer, but in the idea, the series is still pretty sad in general if you look closely. It's still the story of a girl who tries to forget the death of her brother and her husband by inventing a perfect life. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Lifehack Lion and make sure to hit that notification bell icon to be the first to watch our newest videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until our next roaring Lifehack Lion video,